Yo boys, welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing? How is everybody doing? Hope everyone's having an amazing day. So I've just been waiting and everything is set and we are good to go. I just had to briefly set everything up, but everything is sorted now. Just make that a little bit smaller. There we go. Should be better for you boys now. But no, I hope everyone's had a good week. I've had a great week. I've only just got back the last, on Monday. Got back from the travel, so the stream is back obviously today. But yeah, no. The moment we've literally made one transfer, we've done cash to shore on the actual page. As I found out that Matty Cash was injured. Apparently there's been an injury to Botman. Illness. Another ball ache. Hopefully Botman's fine. I think Botman is just one of those things I'll take on the chin because most people have got Botman, so I'm not worried about Botman. I'm just now debating what -4 I take for Ward. My captain probably will be Maddison, by the way. I'm just not feeling Rashford. I'm just not feeling it. And I'm sticking by my Maddison captain because I'm just not feeling the Rashford captaincy for me. It's just not something I'm feeling. But no, how are you boys doing tonight? Obviously, like I said, the one transfer he made was Matty Cash out because he had a calf injury in the Croatian game to Shaw. We're still going to have to take a -4 to get Ward out, but Botman's got an illness, but to be honest with you, he can stay on the bench. I'm not worried about Rashford, everyone's got him, so it's not really going to be a pain in the arse. Even as a United fan, if Rashford got benched, I'd be happier, to be honest. If he got benched the first game, there's a lot with captain him, and my Maddison captain would essentially be more paying off in the long run. But no, we'll see. We'll see what pans out. I really hate international breaks. Really, really do. Everything always goes titched up, or someone gets injured, or flipping illnesses and knocks like this all the time. It does my nutting. Like, there's one thing, right, that I say we could go without in FPL would be lovely. Is frickin' international breaks. They're the one thing, honestly, that pretty much can decide whether your team's going to be fine or not fine in the long run. All because of silly little injuries like Amron. A lot of people had Amron, picked up an injury. A lot of people I know who I recommended, and I had him, Matty Cash, picked up an injury. But the problem I've got now is, I've worked it out, I can only field 7 players in game week 32. But because I'll have Salah and Nunes and I'll captain Salah versus Forest, it's not really a bad thing. And considering going into 33 and 34, I'll have a very strong team in 34 with 11 players doubling. Or is it 10? No, 10 with Trippier. And then obviously game week 37, essentially I'll have like 10, 11 players doubling as well. So really, I am going in with quite strong teams by sacrificing those players in game week 32. Obviously, game week 34 doubles. We have Brighton, City, Man United, and we haven't got Chelsea, which I'm shocked about. And I think what else was there? There was West Ham. I'm unsure of a Crystal Palace double. I can't remember. I'll have a look for you now. I don't. As far as I'm aware, it's just. We will have Haaland by this point, boys. Ignore Tony for now. I'm just checking. So it is Man United. It is Brighton. It is Haaland. Yes. And then it'll be Danny Ings as well, as far as I'm aware. So those will be my top target 34. But anyway, move back to the team. Moving back to the team. We do need... Well, what I'm going to pull up is the... Go up to status. Is... the transfers this week. For me, I think these are ludicrous transfers. I understand Odegaard, but do I think it's really worth it in the long run if you've not wildcarded him out? Live week, no. Salah, Almond, fair enough. Mitrovic, fair enough, obviously. But Kane, I think that's a daft transfer out. There's another 70,000 getting Haaland out. Pretty expected, to be honest, but again, I just think that's a stupid decision, as I think I'd keep him because I reckon he plays Liverpool. But I don't think it's worth the -4. Now he's got that injury. Darwin Núñez, understood. Pope, yeah. Ward, fair enough. I don't really think Pope, to be honest, is a bad pick this week. I can't think nothing of Pope's injury, but I just don't want to have triple Newcastle for this week. What a critique. I just don't fancy having triple Newcastle really in the long run. I know they're double 31, but then if I don't have triple Newcastle in defence and obviously a keeper, it allows me to go into Isaac 31 if I feel I want another double player in 31. And obviously with Brighton doubling 31 as well, I think just taking the fact of that they're going to blank 32, the Brighton players and obviously whatever else, and Chelsea and Man United, and just playing 7 players, getting Kane to Núñez and Maddison to Salah, I do think will pay off in the long run. Or I could get Rashford out and obviously have the extra player in Maddison. I just wouldn't have Rashford for the double 34 unless I brought him back in for Maddison. So there is a couple ways for me to have 8 players, but is it worth it in the long run is the question about it. And to be honest with you, Maddison's only got balls 32 anyway, so I'd happily play Rashford versus Tottenham 33. Especially if I didn't have Kane again, so. And I have Cabin 34 for the double, as well as Liverpool assets. Trent Alexander-Arnold is definitely someone I'll be bringing in 34, as I would love a Liverpool asset 34 onwards, as the fixtures are nice. They got a double 37 as well. The last game of the season is nice for them. And I think it is a case of where Liverpool are going to pick up. I don't really regret doing Salah to Maddison for this week because he is going to be my captain. And I do feel Salah might not do as much as people do think he's going to do. I feel he's got tough fixtures. I do think if City miss Haaland, it is a little bit of a blow. But do I think Salah's going to absolutely come out the blue and haul massively? No. Do I think he's going to get at least a 10-pointer between those 2 games? Yeah. I reckon he gets a goal, at least. So you're talking, with bonus, maybe whatever else, minimum like 12, 13 points, sorry. So I do think, yeah, for Salah, fair enough. But I think like Maddison's going to get an assist in that Aston Villa game, a goal in the Crystal Palace game, quite a few bonus points. He could pick up more assists. He looked very lively in the England game. He looks very lively for Leicester. And I just think going off what we've got, it really is generally between him, March or Rashford for me. The reason I like March more than Matoma is March is performing how he should be performing. He's performing well. He's got the top XG, the top expected assists, the top creativity in that team. And I know you can say McAllister and Penza, Matoma's overperforming his XGI, but March for me is definitely up there for a captaincy option this week. It's definitely one I'll consider. I mean, if Tony wasn't 1 yellow card for ban, then Tony's in consideration as well, just because he's on penalties, and obviously he's Brentford striker, so he's the talisman. But it's not really, compared to Maddison, the best pick ever. The only reason I like the March and that is because obviously Bournemouth and Brentford, to be honest, his defence isn't great, and it's something Brighton could rip apart. I mean, for me, Rashford versus Newcastle, that game's going to be tight for us. I wouldn't back us to win that massively. I think we'd win that like 1-0, and I just couldn't see Rashford getting the goal. I think Brentford, Rashford might get a return, maybe an assist or so, but I just don't really think he's the best captaincy option at all. I think people are just really thinking, okay, Rashford's the easy pick, Rashford's the best option, when for me he's not. It generally is Maddison for me. It's got to be. I feel like this is the thing where you can take this punt now and go with the captaincy you feel will pay off the most. And I think with everyone else captaining Rashford, this Maddison captaincy for me is going to pay off. And I'm going to stick with my gut, roll with the Maddison, and just see how it goes. Because I'm more than happy to captain Maddison. I've just got to hope he doesn't do something silly like get 2 yellow cards or whatever else for the long run. But I like Maddison, so I'm more than happy with him. To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure Rashford's going to play the game, that first game. Because for me, he's started off to New York, he's dropped at the England squad, you know. I just think Ten Hag's going to think a bit like, okay, what a prick, you know. Do you know what I mean? And I just don't really, excuse my language, but I just don't really think he's worth the captaincy pick. I think he's a great player. As a United fan, I love him. He's my best player in the world for me, as a United fan. But this is biased, so he's obviously not, but to me he is. But yeah, no. I'd be more than happy to captain him. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are there, Pratik. Are you still on the Rashford captain by any chance? Or have you decided to switch it up? Because for me, I'll still be sticking on this Maddison, I think. It is close, obviously. I know you've got, I think you've got Solly March, haven't you, Patik? Or have you got Matoma and McAllister? I know you've got 2. I can't remember how many you've got. Play bench. Sell Rashford. Saka, Foden. Play bench. Sell Rashford, Saka, Foden. Why are you going to sell Rashford? Keep Rashford, sell Foden. The thing with Saka for me is if you've already got him at the moment is I like his single week. Do I think he could return? Definitely. He doesn't blank in 32. And then you could also get him out afterwards. I do think it's hard. I have March Matoma, yeah. Because for you, honestly, considering you got Maddison like me as well, I would strongly consider Maddison and March as captaincy. Because I just don't think Rashford, as a United fan, this is me saying now, I think he's been a dick, and I don't think he's going to get that Newcastle game for me. I think if he plays, he's going to get not 4 minutes, he's going to get like a 30-minute game. I don't think he gets 4 minutes. No, that was not an FPL question. Play, bench. Oh, if I were a football manager, play, bench, sell. Okay, bench Foden. Sell. As a United fan, this hurts, but sell Rashford and play Saka. Even as a United fan, Saka's been playing well, to be fairness. Mind you, actually, no. I'd bench Rashford, play Saka, sell Foden, actually, because I think Foden's... I don't like Foden, to be honest with you. I think he's a good player, but I just don't think he's phenomenal. So I'll rephrase that. I'd keep Rashford on the bench, play Saka and sell Foden, but if you give me the same question with, I don't know, play bench, sell Saliba, Zinchenko, Saliba, Ake and Shaw, then I would definitely play Saliba, bench Shaw and sell Ake. But there is quite a few questions, to be honest. It's a hard one. I'm more a bit pissed off now that Botman's got an illness, because I swear to God, if Botman doesn't play, I'm going to be fuming. Just like everyone else, I'm going to be fuming. Yeah, I thought about it, then I thought, actually, I'll sell Foden. Because to be honest with you, Foden's overhyped. Foden is so overhyped. Like, I love Bellingham. Don't get me wrong, I love Jude Bellingham, and I would love for him to come to Man United. But do I think at 19 he's been massively overhyped? Yes. Do I think he's still got a lot to prove? Yeah. Do I think he's played really well and is an incredible young talent? Yes, I do. But do I think he's worth the price point? Nah, it's not worth it for me. I think we will if we do buy him, we will end up paying like 100 mil. But I think anywhere in the 120s, 130s like people are on about, I just think that gets ludicrous money. For me. I think with the Enzo Fernandez, understood, it's a bit of a knee-jerk in football transfers. He's won the World Cup, he's a decent player, let's go and buy him. And I think, to be honest, Chelsea have made the right decision for me, because they've got him before anyone else. He's only been there like 6 months, they've got him, they've paid a lot of money, yes, but you think about it, they will probably end up selling him for like 180, 190 million if they sell him. And the player he's becoming to be, he's going to be a priceless figure like De Bruyne eventually, so for me, not bad. I got rid of Matty Cash. Too sure, Pratik. It's a dumb thing for me. And I think that if you've got your transfer, that's something I'd do yourself. Because for me, I've looked into it. I've looked into everything the best of my ability. And Matty Cash will not be ready for that Chelsea game. And I'm not feeling the Leicester game either. And I just think Shaw is great for now. Bench him 32, obviously, for the blank. 32, but then you'll have him double 34 and 37. And I just think Shaw's attacking threat, his assist threat and everything else just all combines into a wonderful player for me. So that's probably who I'd go for over Matty Cash. It is hard though. But T, do me a massive favour, will you? Can you unsubscribe and then subscribe again? I just want to see if this Stream Elements bot I've set up's working, because it should be working correctly. But I'm unsure because I haven't tested it, to be honest yet. But that'd be great if you can do that. I heard you said you're on. You finally got your flights and things booked, haven't you, for your Arsenal game? Which is good. I went to Blackpool this week, so I had a decent time. But less on that though, more on this. Let's see. Yeah, if I go into my transfers, I got 9.1 in the bank, right? Because I bought Shaw in. I had 9.7. I'm just more curious to see if what you lot are thinking. I'm thinking either De Gea or Kepa, but the reason I prefer De Gea, he blanks 32 the same as Kepa, so he'd be benched anyway for Raya. And then he doubles 34 and 37. So I think for the extra 0.3, I know he's got 2 hard-ish fixtures this week, but would I back us to keep a clean sheet versus Brentford? I think I would. I'd back us to keep a clean sheet versus Brentford. I would happily back us. And I just think De Gea's save points and output anyway is decent, and I just don't think that Chelsea will keep a clean sheet in either of those fixtures. I think, what is it, they've got Leicester and Liverpool, or no, Aston Villa and Liverpool. They won't keep a clean sheet versus Liverpool. They ain't keeping a clean sheet versus Aston Villa. Do I like Kepa? No, I don't for those 2 fixtures. So I just don't really think it's worth it. I just want to see if this thing's working, because it's doing my nothing, because it wasn't working the other day. But anyway, back on it. Nah, it's not. Okay, that's fine. I'll set it up again afterwards then. More on it though. I think I'm going to go to De Gea, because I do think if I'm going to take a -4, it's going to be bringing De Gea in. Pope's flagged. I don't really think he's worth the money either. Alisson I don't like. I'm not keen on Ederson. Yeah, saying I've looked, it's not working anyway. Freaking headaches, man. Why does this game give me headaches 24/7? It really gets on my nerves. I was laughing though. I said, like, obviously I'm going to take a -4 from Ward to De Gea, because necessarily Ward won't play the games. It's a -4, 2 points minimum De Gea each game. And in the long run, it's pretty much just a 0-point hit. Because as long run, Ward's not going to play games, De Gea will play games, and De Gea's fixtures are nice, and I'm just going to want De Gea, and the only problem with it does cut me off from getting Bruno Fernandes. If I do want Bruno Fernandes. Oh no, it has done it. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. It has actually done it, which is great. I didn't think it would. But anyway, like I said, I probably will get De Gea. It just shuts me off from getting Bruno Fernandes if I have triple United. But I'd rather have De Gea, as obviously keepers can keep rotating. So Raya don't have any blank fixtures, so I can keep playing Raya when De Gea blanks, which means it's not taking my midfield spot. It's not screwing me over. It's better than Ward this week for the -4, I think. And longer term, he's got a double 34, double 37. Great fixtures, 30, 31 and 32, I think. Bad 31 and 30 and 31, sorry. I think it's like Forest and Wolves, or Forest and West Ham or something like that. And then 32 blank, 33 Spurs, but then 34 we double, 35, 36 are good fixtures, and 37 we double. And I just do think it's quite a good run of fixtures for De Gea. And I do think I'd back us to get clean sheets more than Bruno Fernandes returning 24/7. I do love Bruno Fernandes though, and I do think he's a great pick this week. I just don't see it as a worthy option for me, because I'd have to take a hit. So it's just not worth it. And I just think everyone's not thinking about 32 blanks. I think you've got to be more cautious about the 32 blanks, obviously. But if you think about it, right, if you're essentially free hitting in 32, you can bring back all your Arsenal players. So basically you can dead end your team off for the rest of the season, but 32. Free hit 32, still having your amazing team 33, 34, 35, 36, 78, and just be buzzing with it. But yeah, we'll have to see though. It's a real ball ache. It is a real ball ache. At least you've got loads of doubles this week. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Oh, 32 free hit, mate. If I still had my free hit critique, because the first season, this is the only season ever that I've acted like a dumbass and used my free hit early, and it was actually a mistake. I accidentally confirmed his first mistake I've ever made on this game. I accidentally used my free hit, so I had to end up using it for the team anyway. But I weren't very pleased, to be honest. I wanted to save it deliberately for like the 28-32 mark, and I used it, so I wasn't in a good mood about that. I wish I had it now, because I could have just got my arse to about 32 and a great team 32, and then rolled into 34 and 33, 34, 55, 67 game weeks, and obviously 38 dead off with an amazing team. But like game week 38 I love, because this is where you can make differentials on the last week. You can go like Crystal Palace players, you know, Zaha's, your Elise's, your Edwards, your differentials, your from Arsenal, what's his face, the midfielder, you'll know who I'm on about. He was injured, the English broke. I always forget his name. I'll tell you right now, actually. I don't know why I forgot his name. Smith Rowe. And Nelson's, and you can just pick a load of random differentials out 32, and you can have as many as you want for the 38, sorry. And it's just nice and fun, you know. Gain a lot of rank, have these massive differentials for 38 like Zaha's and stuff. I already know you have your free hit, so you're in a fine position. So if you really wanted to, you could go Bruno Fernandes this week. But I'm setting up my team so I don't have to deal with any of that bull crap in the long run. Like if I show you my transfer plans, let's just show you my transfer. Oh, let me fix this. Let me put Tony and Watkins back in here. Just so it's fixed, so I can show you my full transfer plan then. So let's go back to 29. Right, so this is my plan for 29. I'm captaining Madison. I've took a -4 for De Gea. I've captained my so obviously I've got De Gea, -4, blah blah blah, 8.1 in the bank. Right, going to get 30. Nothing special, literally just a case of going Haaland in. And I will probably bench Henry. And I'll play Shaw and De Gea versus Everton. Because he's on attacking quite good, he's on penalties, just slightly better as March, because depending on I love March as a player. And then Haaland will be on the captaincy pick. And that week I'm predicted 65 points with 3.9 in the bank now. Going to 31. I'm literally not going to make a single change in this team. I'll play one defender here. Not going to play 2 for the Villa game. And to both of you, I'm more than happy to play Madison versus City. I don't mind the double up versus Chelsea because I've benched Chilwell. I could go into another Newcastle play if I felt like it. And I've still got Haaland captain. 32, this is where it gets really interesting because this is where I'm going to go Kane out. And the reason I'm going to go Kane out because I'm going to go Darwin in. And the case is now of either going Rashford to Salah or Maddison to Salah. Statistically speaking, I'm better off doing Rashford, but then I'm going to want Rashford in 34. So it is a tough one. Well, I could do that, but to be honest, I'll probably just do Maddison out because I don't mind having seven players this week, essentially. 6 players, 7 players with Botman. Keep forgetting I got Botman, and I need to get the hair out. Essentially speaking, that would be my team for that week. But if I'm predicted 42 in this 32 week and I've only got 7 players, it's not bad because I've got Salah captain. And I think it's better than having Maddison. If I had Maddison, it probably wouldn't be predicted that much more. What's the difference between Maddison and Salah and Rashford? Because if I had Maddison in right and I played him over Rashford and I didn't have Rashford, my points goes up by 2, essentially. Because Maddison's not expected a guaranteed return. But then if I keep that team like it is, and I just run that team the way I was going to run it, and I go into 60, I can captain Haaland. I've essentially got an amazing run of fixtures for these lot. I'm capable of benching Darwin Núñez if I feel like it, and tripling up versus Forest. But it really is going to depend. I'm probably going to go for a Tottenham player here, lot, and play you versus Brentford, as I don't really think Shaw versus Tottenham's great. I'd rather play De Gea, because I'm playing Chilwell effectively. But it really is going to really depend on whether what transfers I'm going to make in 34. Because going into 34 now, I've got 2 transfers, right? So essentially, I'm going to have 11 people who double. 10 people who double, sorry. Because Chilwell is definitely going out. And I'll bring Alexander-Arnold in. So if you look at my team look for that week, I'm sorry, that is an amazing team for 34. I'd have Haaland, Darwin, Tarch, Salah, Rashford, Matoma, McAllister, Trippier, Shaw, Arnold, De Gea, all of 11 of them double. I've still got 2 transfers the week after because I'm saving one. And I'm going into 35 then, essentially, without even making any change to the team. So let me just fix the team up. I'm happily to play you versus Wolves. West Ham's here. Arsenal, it's not a great fixture, but it's not bad. And I've still got 2 free transfers. So essentially, I'll make a transfer. Like, I'll probably go Raya out to a cheap goalkeeper again, like Steele. Not Steele, sorry, Olsen. And then I'll bring out trying to think whether I could do that or do the other one. I was just about to set myself up. What's 36s? Put it this way, right? 34 is fine. 35. This is the team. So essentially, for me, what I'm probably going to do is he's going to double. He's not going to double that week. I do reckon I'll do what I said I was going to do and bring. But no, I'll keep Raya. I think I'd probably just bring in Ben White. If I could, but I can't. So I put Ben White in. I go to Botman and bought in from someone who's a lot cheaper, like Spurs. I'll go with someone who's cheaper, so we go to in fact, I've got an even better idea. If I go to Man United, what I could probably do is bring in Martinez, sell De Gea, bring in. Nah, not even do that. It's a pain in the arse because I want to bring in someone who's going to be a better pick this week. I'm trying to think of someone who might be a good pick. I tell you what I do like, and the reason I'd bring him in now is just because he might have a decent fixture in the long run. Is Aurier. The reason I take the punt on him is because I'd sooner play him over Trippier versus Arsenal for one. I've got a captain here. I'm more than happy to run that team. And going to 36, I've still got 2 free transfers. But I ain't going to need them unless I get injuries, so. Essentially just run this team lot. And am I happy to play Matoma and McAllister versus Arsenal? I ain't fuming about it, but would I like more players in? Yeah, I would. I know Brighton double this week, but essentially to me, I would like Saka back in. So I can bring you down to a really cheap 4.1 mil striker, let's say, and bring Brady Solly March to Saka. Okay, I'd have to do Matoma or McAllister, but I'll probably do Matoma. Because I actually like that. I know they got Brighton, but I actually like that. Because going to 37, I know it's not as heavy because, well, for one this week, Leo Taylor ain't playing, I'd play. Point is just a cheap option. But I'm more than happy with this because, to be honest with you, I know it's not another double, but I like having Saka versus Forest. I think that'd be something I wouldn't want to miss out. Finish up some office work. Speak soon. Alright, see you, Patique. Have a good one, bro. Because I'm going to 38, look, I still get 2 free transfers for the Wolves. So essentially I can bring you whichever players I like anyway. But I mean, for Crystal Palace, I don't mind you. 2 free transfers, I'll sell you to whoever. And then just bring in, well, I have to say someone cheaper than that. And bring in, what's his face for him? I'll probably just run that. I do think we are going to pack it up there, boys, so I hope everyone has a good day. I will see you boys tomorrow at the same time, and